Hello students, welcome back to the 15th session, that is the 5th session in security analysis. So far we have discussed about introduction to valuation of variable income securities, analysis of variable income securities. In that we have basically two, fundamental analysis and technical. In fundamental we have gone through economic, industry and company analysis, right? So now the next concept relating to that is valuation of equity or equity valuation models. So here we are going to study about the different models used for equity valuation. The topic for today's discussion is equity valuation models. What is the recap of the previous class? In the previous class, we have discussed about fundamental analysis, that is the last one, company analysis. This chapter aims to provide an overview of securities analysis. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand various equity valuation models. Let us go for the basic concept of this equity valuation models. What is equity? Equity is nothing but the shares of the organization. Equity basically refers to the value of shares issued by the company. Valuation. What is valuation? It is nothing but estimation of worth of something. Of course, it is the one which is carried out by professionals. We try to estimate the monetary worth of that particular equity, that is monetary worth of the shares. So models, what are these models? Models are certain techniques here used for valuation of equity shares. This will be taken as a sample and based on that valuation will be done. So let us come for the exact concept. Valuation of shares of a company comes under this equity valuation models. So this valuation of shares of a company involves a lot of judgment, experience and knowledge. Why an understanding of valuation is important? To assess the exact valuation of the company or the share, you should have a proper knowledge about how it has to be done. You should know various ways in which it can be done. So here many ways are used by different people, analysts. Based on that, valuation will be done. So before we go for valuation of equity models, equity shares, you should have a clear understanding of the purpose of valuation, and equally important is you should have full appreciation of the value from the common principle what you are going to apply. So here we have two things. One is general purpose valuation and one is done for specific purpose. When it is for general purpose, the model will be different. When it is for specific purpose, the model may be different. There are various common ways in which generally equity valuation is done. The first one is earning valuation, cash flow valuation, asset valuation, and the last one is dividend discount model. We are going to study one by one. The first one is earnings valuation. What is the meaning of earnings? It is nothing but the income or net profit or the money left over after the company pays out all its bills. That is what we call it as earnings. So here those people who look at earnings measure them according to EPS, that is earning per share. So investors commonly use EPS, earning per share, in order to assess the earnings, and this will be considered as a basic tool for calculation of equity value. So here, to forecast the company earnings, we use three major factors, that is forecasted sales, estimated sales, then we use cost structure, and then we use capital structure of the company. So here, what is forecasted sales? So here it is nothing but the estimated sales for the future. So here sales forecasting or forecasted sales refers to the process of estimating future sales. So this will enable the company to make good business decisions, and by this we can make out the short-term and long-term performance, and the whatever forecasting you make is based on the past sales data and sometimes on the industry-wise comparisons and economic trends what are there. So based on that sales forecasting will be done, and whenever they do sales forecasting we will understand from the past whether we have reached the standards. So based on present we will also see the future achievement of the sales. That is one concept which comes under equity valuation models. The next one is cost structure of the company. What is cost structure? It is nothing but the types and relative proportions of fixed and variable costs incurred by the company. We have variable, semi-variable and fixed costs incurred by the company. So here we take into consideration by product, service, customer, product line, division or geographic region in order to bifurcate or to divide the costs among various activities. So here we try to assess the cost structure, the cost what they incur on the product or the service or the division or a demographic or a geographic location. So that will be considered. The next one is capital structure of the company. So this capital structure is nothing but a combination of debt and equity used by a company to finance its overall operations and growth. So this debt can be in the form of bonds or loan, while equity will be in the form of common stock, preferred stock or retained earnings, and this stock may be in the form of preference or equity. So that is about the earning valuation what we have, and in that we will go for forecasted sales, cost structure and capital structure. Sales forecast is nothing but estimating the sales for the future. Cost structure is nothing but the cost incurred on various aspects. Capital structure is nothing but the combination of different debt and equity. Right, students? So here forecast earning valuation is done through sales forecast, cost structure of the company and capital structure of the company, as I told you. Now the next one is the second model what they are going to use. Cash flow valuation. What is basically cash flow? Cash flow is nothing but the flow of cash or the movement of money into the business and from the business, from different sources to business and from business to other expenditures whatever are been there in the organization. So here what we do, the analysts will go for discounted cash flows to determine a company's current value according to its estimated future cash flows. So here they try to find out, so the estimated value will be found out in terms of present value, and they will find out, generally they use NPV, net present value, in order to find out the future cash flows. What will be the value of this cash flow today, what you are going to get in the future. So here we have a formula used for forecasted cash flows. We take into consideration the operating profit plus depreciation plus amortization of goodwill minus capital expenditure minus cash taxes minus change in working capital. So based on this they will try to find out the present value of these cash flows, and there we use a formula in order to find out. I have given you in the material, and through that they will do the analysis of cash flows. The next one is asset valuation. What do we do here? Here they try to determine the market value of financial asset or liability. Of course, it is one of the key components for fundamental analysis what they use. So they can perform this on various different options or different financial avenues like stocks, bonds and options. And here to do this asset valuation, they follow different techniques, that is relative model, absolute model, and they use option pricing model. The first one, A relative model specifies and asserts value by comparing it to similar assets. A common relative model comparison is done by using a tool, securities PE ratio, and here, as I told you, it specifies and asserts value by comparing it to similar asset. They take into consideration relative asset which is there in relation to that one. Say for example, shares of two different companies of same nature, that is relative. Absolute value model, here it compares the future earning potential against the security's current market value. They try to compare future with the current. So in the first one, they try to compare two similar companies' shares. Here they try to compare the same company share along with the present and future and present value, whatever is there. The next one is option pricing model. Of course, it attempts to determine the value of a security by combining both volatility and time. So here there is one basic model developed by a person, that is Black-Scholes model. What it does is, it is used by owners of common shares in a firm to determine the level of safety associated with each individual share after all debts are being paid. So here they try to ascertain the safety level of the common share or with every share after paying off all the debts. So different options are available for valuation of asset. So they can use any of this. So as I told you, asset involves here stock, bonds and options. So whichever model you use, it depends on the nature of the security and the nature of investment and the risk what the investor is going to take in order to make that choice. So the next one is dividend discount model. So here it is a procedure for valuing the price of a stock by using predicted dividends and discounting them back to present value. So what we do here is predicted, expected dividends will be taken into consideration and you will discount them at the present value. There is nothing but present value of the future dividend we are going to calculate. This is one of the basic, important and most practically used model, and of course we have a few problems on this in the next session. I have taken only this model into consideration and done problems because this is based on this. And this dividend discount model, it has some criteria for evaluation. If the value obtained from dividend discount model is higher than what the shares are currently trading, then the stock is undervalued. Here there are certain companies which don't pay the dividend. This model doesn't work out for them. Those companies which go for capitalization, they will not have dividends. So at that time this model will not be useful. So we use a formula here. Value of stock is equal to dividend per share divided by discount rate minus dividend growth rate. I will be discussing in the next slide, next session, wherein we will be working out problem on dividend discount model. Okay students, so here what we do, we try to take the value or price of a stock by using predicted dividends and discount them back to the present value. We try to discount the dividends at present value and we try to find out the dividend, what you are going to get, present value of the dividends, what you are going to get in the future. I hope you have understood students. We have studied basically how many models? 4 models. The first one is what we have studied, earnings model, or here we have gone for earnings valuation, then we have gone for cash flow forecasting, cash flow valuation, asset valuation and dividend discount model. So we have the multiple choice questions. On the PE model, stock price is the product of EPS, DPS, PE ratio and EPS, EPS and required return, PE ratio and required return. It is PE ratio and EPS. The next one is dividend discount models and PE ratios are used by Dash to try to find mispriced securities. Technical analyst, statistical, fundamental analysis, dividend analysis. It is fundamental analysis because it comes under fundamental analysis. Dash are financial assets, buildings, land, derivatives, bonds. It is bonds. Dash are not financial assets, bonds, machines, stock, equities. It is machines. Assets allocation refers to choosing which securities to hold based on their valuation, investing only in safe securities, the allocation of assets into broad asset classes, bottom up analysis. It is the allocation of assets into broad assets classes. Okay students, these are the references we have. Just go through that, and in the next session we will discuss a few problems on this one, that is dividend discount model. So you will be able to understand how it has to be done. Okay students, to see you in the next session. Thank you.